Alright, it's Saturday. I went to work this morning and I knew I should stop at the parts store for something, but I couldn't for the life of me remember what it was. And then what it was a thermostat. But I still got stuff to do, so I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to have to go anyways and get some pipe plugs, 1/2-inch pipe plugs. 1, 2, 3. Some folks say you should connect these two ports and it helps them cool in, but I don't know. They didn't do that from the factory. This ain't no race motor. Might be that it'll be okay without all that, and I'll just plug it. I got to build a fuel line. I need to put some oil in it, prime the oil system. What else I got to do? I bolted down the carburetor using an adapter plate. I didn't film none of that. I made a gasket and some stuff. I'm going to have to put an electric choke in it because the dually's set up for an electric choke. What else do I got to do? I got to find the other old water pump and get the pulley and the studs off it. And she ain't far from running. I might just fire it up today and break in the cam. What do you say? I got a battery. New one. And we'll see how that goes. Since I'm done with the LS swap. You know, that was a little bit tongue-in-cheek. A little bit of a joke. It technically is an LS swap. I took the old LS motor out and put the other one in. And so far it's running like a champ. And I need to get this one out of here. I'm sort of tempted to tear it apart. But one thing I learned a long time ago is don't tear it apart unless you intend to do something with it. Otherwise you wind up with a bunch of rusty parts you have to throw away in 5 years. Now I'm saying I learned that a long time ago, but that doesn't mean I always follow what I learned. Proof of that is right here. .283 parts. I was all ready to put it together and figured out I didn't have the right rings. I've ordered the right rings about a year ago and never put it together. Pitiful. Alright, I digress. Alright, here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to build my fuel line. Oh, I also realized I ain't never put the soft plugs in. I better do that. Wish I'd done that before I put the manifolds on. But I weren't thinking. Anyways, I need to build a new fuel line from the fuel pump up to the carburetor. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to try one new thing I've never done before. I'm going to use this, what's it called, seamless nickel copper tubing. They say it's supposed to bend easier and all. And I'm going to use the original fuel line as a pattern to a point, up to about here. The new intake and everything's taller. Well, turns out there was insufficient space on the card. So, I've got to start over. I'm going to build a fuel line. I'm going to stop using this for a pattern somewhere there. The new intake is taller, so I'm going to need to make that somewhat longer. Other than that, I want to duplicate the factory as much as possible, because it seems to me steel up there by the motor is better than rubber and plastic. Although, I've done that. And in fact, that's the way it is on the dually right now. Alright. I didn't really do no filming of this, but there's my new line. Seems to clear everything. This stuff is softer. I tried to bend it real gentle and kinked it. No, it ain't really kinked, but it's got a dink in it. So, I guess I'm gonna live with it. It's not a race motor. I keep saying that, right? I've installed the oil filter adapter, which includes provisions for a cooler, which I think the dually has hooked up. I've installed brass freeze plugs on this side. I need to do the other side. I made a run to the parts store, and the lady there, she knew exactly what I was talking about. 1/2-inch pipe plugs, thermostat. It was great. It was wonderful. I thank you. Only Mr. Heavy Chevy spills antifreeze on an engine that's been drained. But I got new. That's not as bad as it looks. That's just a little scratch. I got new soft plugs, both sides. Freeze plugs, expansion, whatever you want to call them. I got oil in it. Now I'm ready to put the radiator on the stand here. And hook up some hoses. Put a thermostat in it. When I get all that stuff done, I'll prime the oil system and drop the distributor in. Maybe we'll fire it up tonight. Maybe I'll wait till after 9, make sure the neighbors are proud of me. Oh yeah, I also wanted to show you. That's one of the freeze plugs I took out of there. I'd have been just fine not replacing them. They aren't rotten in the slightest anywhere. None of them were. I had a heck of a time getting a punch through them. Anyways, they're out. It's got brass ones in. If you like that, give me a thumbs up, eh? If you don't like it, thumbs down. But do something with your thumb, up or down. Okay, thank you. Alright, I got the radiator plumbed up. That's a little janky, but you know, it's going to be alright, probably. I got an electric fan rigged up. It's going to pull, but it doesn't really matter in this application. In fact, it might be smarter for it to pull in this application now that I think on it. But I only thought for a second. I think I'm ready to prime the oil system. See if we got oil pressure. See if I didn't mess anything up. Alright, a couple things to show you. One, remember how I said I couldn't find my little valve grinding tool? Well, there it is. I found that right after I went looking for this, which is my oil pump priming tool I made some years ago before I had the lathe and all that stuff. But you just cut the top of a distributor off or something I did like that, and then that just slips in there and you turn it so it lines up with the oil pump shaft, and then probably need 2 hands to finish it up, but that's how that works. Alright, I'm going to hook up the drill and see if I got any oil pressure. Alright, let's just see what happens here. It feels like, oh yeah. The glare is there. It's making my voice sound like I'm talking in a fan. But it's got almost 50 pounds oil pressure. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to turn the motor now and spin it some more. Make sure I get proper oil in. Want me to shut up now? My brain's starting to jiggle. Seems like I'd have made that a little truer. Of course, it was a lot of years ago. Alright, I'll shut up now. Alright, I'm going to turn it 180 degrees, which should put it number 1. Top dead center, which is where I'm going to need it when I drop the distributor in. It run, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. I'm starting to think my fan ain't no good. I'm starting to think it ain't no good. So far so good. It's got oil pressure. Sounds okay. No knocking. I think I'll keep it. Well, I believe I'm going to let her cool off. I'm going to go in and take a shower. I got some other stuff I got to do too, you know. I think I'll fire it up and run it again tomorrow. If things are looking good, I ain't going to put it in this weekend. I'm going to work on that. I'm itching to work on that a while. You know, with a little bit of effort, I could probably have that thing running. Sorry for the boring video today, guys. I just wasn't feeling it. You know, you can't be in a YouTube video mood every day. Don't forget to go to MrHeavyChevy.com where you can buy, wait a minute, let me go get you something, show you something. This, get yourself one of those. Huh? There's another style too, I forgot what she called it, chino or something like that. Anyways, that's the trucker one. I'm gonna wear that one because I'm more partial to truckers, I guess. That horn came from, well, he calls himself something else now, but it's the artist formerly known as, gosh almighty, Full Throttle 440. Full Throttle 440. I think he's Chevy something now.
Oh, I'm so happy! I like it so much.
Rev it up one time.
I like it.
What do you say?
Trouble lies ahead.
Yeah. Alright, we got to put it inside because I popped the airline in the back, so the back's sagging.
Oh no. What'd you do that for?
I don't know, it just happened. You got to fix it so it don't happen again. But the front works. Go ahead. Push the bottom. Nope, that one, yeah. Put it down.
It goes down?
Settle
Hold
it
on, I
down.
want to video this going up too. 1 second. Alright.
Now hit the upper button.